Yanqing Node News. The Future Frequency.
Welcome to Yanqing Node News, a global AI news roundup. November 28, 2025. One smaller startup-enabled intelligence surprisingly secured a massive 7-year, $708 million U.S. intelligence data labeling contract, defeating industry leader Scale AI. The contract, managed by the NGA, required extreme security, compliance, and domestic hiring, which enabled intelligence emphasized through its rigorous, mixed human automation processes. This shift indicates that the U.S. government prioritizes auditable, locally sourced data, marking a new phase in military and intelligence AI data governance. 2. Microsoft has launched FARA 7B, a 7 billion parameter, edge-side AI agent designed for high-security, local PC automation tasks like web browsing, challenging cloud giants like GPT-4o. This model operates using pure visual understanding, allowing it to interact with complex modern user interfaces without needing access to underlying code, thus enabling private local deployment. FARA 7B achieved a 73.5% success rate on Web Voyager benchmarks and crucially incorporates mandatory human confirmation for critical actions to enhance safety and compliance. 3. President Trump initiated the sweeping Genesis mission via executive order, tasking the Department of Energy, DOE, to mobilize federal AI assets to accelerate scientific discovery and address high energy costs. The DOE will build the American Science and Security Platform, unifying national labs' supercomputing power and vast datasets for research teams to rapidly advance areas like nuclear fusion and grid efficiency. This initiative, framed as a mobilization akin to the Manhattan Project, also seeks to leverage AI to curb rising energy prices without increasing regulatory burdens on the tech industry. 4. Google is aggressively commercializing its self-developed AI chips, TPUs, by negotiating deployment deals with major clients like Meta to place TPUs directly into their data centers. This unprecedented step challenges Nvidia's market share, as Google aims to secure up to 10% of the annual AI chip revenue space and provide customers with stable supply. The performance of Google's latest Ironwood, TPU v7, is reported to be near Nvidia's Blackwell architecture, reflecting a growing trend among cloud giants to achieve compute sovereignty. 5. Warner Music Group, WMG, and Suno struck a landmark partnership agreement, simultaneously resolving a major copyright infringement lawsuit and paving the way for licensed AI music generation. The deal ensures artists and songwriters have full control, opt-in rights, over the use of their work and likeness, prompting Suno to launch a fully authorized model in 2026. Furthermore, Suno acquired WMG's Songkick platform to build an integrated ecosystem connecting AI music creation with live performance discovery and monetization. 6. Meta is seeking a federal license from FERC to become a wholesale electricity trader, allowing it to actively participate in the power market. This strategy is designed to accelerate the development of new power generation, such as the estimated 3 new gas plants needed to fuel its 2.25 gigawatts AI data center in Louisiana. Meta's shift from electricity buyer to market participant reflects the enormous strain AI data centers are placing on the U.S. power grid and the need for tech giants to finance rapid infrastructure expansion. 7. Major U.S. insurance carriers are asking regulators to approve AI liability exclusion clauses in business policies, citing AI's black box nature and the systemic unpredictability of its risks. The industry's primary concern is not a single large payout, but the potential for widespread model failures to trigger thousands of simultaneous, mass claims against clients. These proposed clauses could void traditional insurance coverage for companies whenever a claim stems from any alleged use of AI, posing new compliance challenges for businesses. 8. DDN announced its AI factory-era vision at SC25, focusing on eliminating the data bottleneck that starves GPUs and causes waste. The new DDN Core Unified Data Engine integrates file and object storage, achieving up to 99% GPU utilization and reducing overall data center power and cooling requirements by 40%. DDN is accelerating enterprise adoption with its AI 400x3i hardware and AI Fast Track program, providing validated sovereign AI blueprints in partnership with Nvidia and system integrators. 9. Xiaomi has open-sourced MiMo Embodied, its foundational cross-domain vision language model designed to unify autonomous driving and embodied AI capabilities. This single-parameter set supports core tasks for both robotics like spatial understanding and task planning and vehicle systems, including perception and driving planning, achieving state-of-the-art results in 29 benchmarks. Xiaomi plans to prioritize the model's application in its own products, including the SU7 car and new robots, while opening an API to cultivate a broader unified vehicle home factory AI platform. 10. The UAE is positioning itself as a critical global AI infrastructure partner by establishing AI research labs in Silicon Valley and constructing enormous data center campuses in Abu Dhabi. A major agreement with the U.S. mandates that its 5 gigawatts AI campus will be operated by an American company, ensuring access to advanced Nvidia GPUs while reinforcing security and technical alignment with the U.S. Concurrently, the UAE employs AI public goods diplomacy by open-sourcing models like Falcon, aiming to boost its soft power in the global AI landscape. 11. Amazon launched its flagship enterprise LEO satellite terminal, LEO Ultra, offering up to 1 gigabit per second downlink speed to directly compete with SpaceX Starlink in the high-value commercial sector. The industrial-grade, full-duplex terminal is designed for deployment in harsh environments, targeting aviation, energy, and remote industrial operations. LEO Ultra distinguishes itself through deep integration with AWS, enabling secure, low-latency private network interconnect (PNI) capabilities to bypass the public internet and connect remote sites directly to enterprise data centers. 12. The core challenge of AI alignment is argued to be the necessary precursor of human-human alignment, requiring humanity to first clarify its own fragmented and often contradictory universal values. The piece posits that modern civilization has lost its connection to traditional sacred orders, resulting in a society that feeds AI with imbalanced and volatile online data. True alignment demands re-excavating and deliberately instilling deep, cross-cultural values like reverence and love into AI training, rather than simply amplifying current societal chaos. 13. To bypass stringent U.S. export restrictions on high-end semiconductors, Chinese tech firms are shifting their latest large AI model training to overseas data centers, particularly in Southeast Asia. This strategy involves completing the resource-intensive foundation model training abroad using Nvidia GPUs, then transferring the model weights back to China for deployment and fine-tuning on domestic hardware. Although this highlights China's short-term reliance on Nvidia, analysts note this approach also galvanizes China's long-term push for local AI chip development and compute sovereignty. 14. Alibaba has launched the Quark AI glasses, a new consumer hardware foray that deeply integrates its Qwen large model to capture the emerging AI wearable market. The flagship S1 model features a micro OLED display for AR functions like real-time translation and navigation, and a hot-swappable dual battery system offering 24-hour runtime. Positioned as an ubiquitous AI assistant, the Quark glasses leverage Alibaba's ecosystem for light interactions like Taobao product recognition and Alipay mobile payments, setting up direct competition with Meta's Ray-Ban glasses. 15. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney called for digital storefronts, notably Steam, to eliminate mandatory made with AI tagging for video games, arguing the label will soon become meaningless as AI permeates all future development. Sweeney suggested that AI disclosure is only relevant for art exhibitions or asset stores where legal rights and authorship are critical, rather than in a game context where the player's focus is on enjoyment. This position sparked controversy, as critics argue AI transparency is vital for consumers to assess potential copyright issues and for differentiating works created without generative tools. 16. Chinese telecom giants Huawei and ZTE have secured multiple 5G equipment and antenna contracts in Vietnam, totaling at least $43 million, signaling Hanoi's accelerating embrace of Chinese technology. This shift is occurring amidst warming bilateral relations between Vietnam and China and new tariffs imposed by the U.S. government that have strained U.S.-Vietnam ties. While European companies retain the core 5G network, Chinese vendors are gaining market share in peripheral equipment and technical services, driven largely by their lower cost structures. 17. Stanford researchers created an AI-powered browser extension to reduce political polarization by subtly re-ranking X, Twitter, timelines based on the level of anti-democratic attitudes and partisan hostility, APA, detected in posts. In a controlled study, users whose timelines were cooled showed a measurable increase in positive feelings toward the opposing political party, without noticing the algorithm change. Since the tool functions externally without platform APIs, it provides researchers with a powerful prototype for testing algorithm intervention and promoting user-controlled algorithms to mitigate platform harms. 18. DeepSeek has released DeepSeek Math V2, an open-source model that achieved gold medal performance on the IMO and scored a near-perfect 118 to 120 on the Putnam competition, surpassing the human record. The model features a complex self-correction system using a generator, verifier, and meta-verifier to ensure its mathematical proofs are rigorous and machine-checkable, addressing the correct answer, fake process problem. By open-sourcing this advanced reasoning model, DeepSeek aims to disrupt the U.S. AI commercial ecosystem, which analysts say increasingly relies on Chinese open-source models for cost-effective development. 19. Frontier large language models are described as negative cash flow snowballs because their exponentially increasing training costs are outrunning the incremental revenue gains from new model generations. Profitability hinges on the rate of capital expenditure stabilizing, which would allow high revenues to quickly translate into large cash flow margins. Internal financial predictions indicate that key players like OpenAI and Anthropic are planning for a capex plateau around 2028, after which their business models are expected to rapidly switch from high burn to high profit, similar to Netflix's growth history. 20. As text data limits are reached, AI is transitioning to the era of experience, making high-cost reinforcement learning, RL, the new training paradigm. Due to intelligence involution, making general models less profitable, the sustainable advantage lies in creating specialized models via reinforcement fine-tuning, RFT, on open-source base models within proprietary environments. RFT infrastructure relies on integrating parameter-efficient LoRA adapters with async RL and multi-tenant batch inference to achieve superior learning speed and significantly lower the cost per token for specialized AI services. 21. Chinese EV manufacturer Li Auto is set to launch its self-developed AI smart glasses named Livis in December, intending to integrate them deeply with its vehicle's smart cockpit and autonomous driving systems. Livis will serve as a head-mounted extension of the car's virtual assistant, Lixiang Tongxue, offering features like AR navigation and behavior monitoring powered by the MindVLA's spatial language behavior architecture. By focusing on a glasses plus AI speaker plus vehicle system, Matrix, and avoiding smartphones, Li Auto aims to establish a unique spatial AI ecosystem within the competitive Chinese wearable market. 22. The Agent, R1 reinforcement learning framework, was developed to effectively train LLM agents for complex, real-world tasks that require multi-tool coordination and handling incomplete information. The framework successfully adapts the MDP to agent settings by treating the full interaction trajectory as the state and implementing crucial process rewards for intermediate steps, thus mitigating the sparse reward problem. Testing on multi-hop question answering tasks confirmed that agents trained via Agent, R1, especially using GRPO, achieved robust, superior performance compared to existing retrieval and tool calling baselines. 23. Data analytics provider Mixpanel experienced a security breach following an employee's smishing attack, leading to the unauthorized export of analysis data belonging to several customers, including OpenAI. The leaked data included account names, emails, general location, and technical metadata of some OpenAI API users, but sensitive information like API keys, passwords, and chat content remains secure. OpenAI has since ceased using Mixpanel in its production environment, notified affected users, and urged them to be highly cautious of potential follow-up phishing attempts using the exposed identity data. 24. The software industry is transitioning from applications defined by buttons and interfaces to a future dominated by AI agents that interpret user intent, coordinate complex workflows across systems, and proactively push insights. Enterprise software giants like SAP and Oracle are rapidly embedding specialized agents into their systems, treating them as new middleware that enables hyper-personalization where no two employees experience the same UI. While core systems of record will persist, Gartner predicts that by 2028, approximately one-third of user interaction will move to agent-based frontends, necessitating new governance and value-based billing models. 25. Investigative reports revealed that Anduril Industries' autonomous weapons have repeatedly failed in recent military tests and real-world deployment, raising concerns about safety and reliability. Failures included multiple unmanned naval vessels losing control and becoming dead ships during a California drill, and frontline Ukrainian troops halting the use of Altius loitering munitions due to frequent crashes under electronic warfare. While Anduril defends these setbacks as necessary consequences of its highly iterative development model, defense analysts caution that this Silicon Valley approach lacks the mature risk management required for military-grade equipment. 26. OpenAI's AI infrastructure expansion relies heavily on its partners, who are reportedly accumulating close to $100 billion in debt to finance enormous data centers and chip purchases. This financial structure allows OpenAI to secure vast computational capacity through long-term contracts without shouldering the majority of the capital expenditure and credit risk itself. The massive leveraging has raised concerns among bond markets, as the financial stability of partners like Oracle and CoreWeave is increasingly coupled to OpenAI's continued high growth and profitability. 27. Mexico announced plans to build the Coatlicue supercomputer, which is expected to reach 314 petaflops, making it the most powerful high-performance computing system in Latin America. Named for the Aztec Earth goddess, this public supercomputer will be dedicated to advancing national scientific research in areas such as climate modeling, agriculture, energy simulation, and large-scale AI training. The project is viewed as a critical step in achieving compute sovereignty and transforming Mexico into a regional hub for AI and numerical simulation, significantly reducing the dependence of local scientists on foreign resources. 28. 5 years after its release, Google DeepMind's AlphaFold 2 is recognized as AI's true killer application, having solved the 50-year-old protein folding problem and earned a Nobel Prize. Using a transformer architecture, The model has enabled researchers globally to increase the number of known protein structures from 180,000 to over 240 million, rapidly accelerating discoveries in drug design and life sciences. Subsequent iterations, including AlphaFold 3, are now focusing on predicting complex molecular interactions, driving significant pharmaceutical partnerships for DeepMind's sister company, Isomorphic Labs. For full details, please check the source link in description. Thank you for listening. See you next time.